You're about to lose something sacred and you don't even know it. That's what they told me. The Pleiadians. They don't speak unless it's urgent, and this time they came with a warning. There are things humanity is still doing, things so subtle yet so destructive. They're tearing our spiritual codes apart. If you continue down that path, they said, something vital will be taken from you. Not by force, but by frequency. So I'm sharing what they showed me. I'm Elian Sael, a messenger of the Pleiadian High Council, and what you're about to hear might just save your spiritual life. Stop pretending you don't hear it, they said. The voice inside you, the whisper that nudges you not to go, not to speak, not to trust, isn't your imagination. It's your divine compass, the built-in GPS from Source itself. But when you start silencing it, brushing it off like background noise, you don't realize that the universe stops sending protection. You invite chaos instead. A woman named Dahlia reached out to me from the northern coast of Greece. She told me how she used to hear that inner voice clearly, especially during prayer or meditation. It felt warm, like a hand on her shoulder. But after a toxic relationship drained her, she started doubting herself. Her spiritual instincts weakened. She stayed quiet when she should have spoken up. She moved cities against her gut feeling. She even entered partnerships that her soul screamed against. Soon things fell apart. Her finances crumbled. Her health declined. I kept praying for help, but I couldn't feel my guides anymore, she said. It was like I was cut off. The Pleiadians told me what was happening. The moment humans doubt their soul's voice, the chaos frequency anchors itself in their field. It's not punishment, it's alignment. If you keep ignoring your inner knowing, you won't just lose guidance. You'll become a magnet for broken timelines. You'll wonder why people betray you, why sudden accidents happen, why every decision feels wrong. It's not bad luck. It's because your spiritual alarm has been screaming for hours, and you keep pressing snooze. Elian Sael here, urging you now, go back to that quiet place. Listen to the first thought, not the second. The first is your soul. The second is your fear. Each time you judge someone, your crown chakra shrinks, they told me. I didn't believe it until they showed me. A man named Jonas, a healer from South Africa, once channeled deep cosmic downloads in his dreams. He would wake up, write symbols that didn't belong to any earth language, and by noon, a stranger would confirm that message was for them. It was miraculous. But something shifted. He started complaining about others, about their low vibrations, their stupid decisions, their lack of awakening. That's when the download stopped. The dreams disappeared. Silence. He came to me in a panic. Did I do something wrong? He asked. I went into communion with the Pleiadians and they showed me a vision. Each judgment he made was like a lock on the vault of his higher self. The more he judged, the less he could receive. The universe operates in mirrors, they said. When you point at another's shadow, you blind your own light. You can't hold divine light with dirty hands. It hit me. How many of us do this without realizing? The sarcastic comment, the eye roll, the gossip disguised as concern. And yet, each time we close the portal just a bit more. We say we want enlightenment, but we block the very light coming in. Jonas eventually humbled himself. He sat with his judgments and found where they lived in him. He apologized to the universe, and the download slowly returned. But not everyone gets that chance. So I tell you now, if you keep judging others, you'll cut yourself off from your gifts. Your dreams will fade. Your clarity will dim. Your spirit guides will wait in silence until you clean the mirror again. Tell them their soul is being digested by what they consume, the Pleiadians said. I used to laugh at the idea that watching certain videos or listening to certain music could actually damage the energy field. But then I saw it. literally. A teenage girl in Brazil, 17 years old, used to radiate the brightest blue aura. She had dreams where angels taught her about herbs and sacred sounds. But then came the binge watching, crime shows, gossip, violent games, chaotic TikToks. Her soul's color began to flicker. She stopped dreaming. Her anxiety increased. "I feel like something's pressing on my chest all the time," she said. "The Pleiadians showed me her light body. It looked like a house with the lights turned off room by room. The content she consumed wasn't entertainment. It was programming. Vibration is contagious, and she was absorbing frequencies meant to suppress. You think it's harmless, but over time, your DNA will forget the songs of the stars. Your third eye will glaze over. Your aura will develop energetic holes. And then, your guides can't find you anymore." This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The Pleiadians urge you, consume only what makes your soul expand. Ask before you listen. Ask before you watch. Every piece of content either feeds your light body or feeds your illusion. Fear is not a feeling. It's a portal, they told me. A woman named Leora came to me trembling. "I don't know why everything in my life keeps shifting sideways. I'll be on the right path, and suddenly it all collapses, like I'm cursed." She wasn't cursed. She was misaligned. Every night before sleep, Leora scrolled through doomsday predictions, economic collapse, alien invasions, soul harvesting. Her mind started building an energetic signature based on fear, not faith. So her timeline, which was once aligned to expansion and joy, shifted into survival mode. Her opportunities stopped flowing. Her relationships turned cold. Everything began to reflect fear. The Pleiadians showed me her energetic blueprint. Each time she believed a fear-based thought, her original timeline flickered, and a new, lower one took its place. The path she was meant to walk was still there, but no longer accessible. "Fear thoughts are like software viruses," they said. "They don't just scare you, they rewrite your path." It broke my heart. So I tell you now, stop feeding the fear frequency. When you catch yourself spiraling, pause. Speak aloud. "I choose truth, not illusion." That one shift alone can re-anchor your highest path. If you keep entertaining fear, you will literally live in someone else's timeline, not the one you were born for. The body is the antenna. If it's bent, you won't receive anything. That's what they told me, clearer than ever. We love to think the spiritual realm is all up there, in the stars, in the cosmos, in dreams. But here's the truth the Pleiadians hammered into me. You won't access the higher frequencies if you keep ignoring your body on Earth. Let me tell you about Erin, a nurse from Ireland. She was intuitive as a child. She used to hear chimes before receiving messages, but over time, she burned herself out. No rest, fast food, no movement. Her digestion started failing. She felt foggy. The messages? They stopped. She came to me saying, "I feel like I lost my connection." The Pleiadians showed me why. "Your body is your docking station," they said. "When it's inflamed, exhausted, or filled with toxins, your soul can't land. Every headache, every sudden fatigue, every gut feeling, it's not random, it's coded communication. When you ignore that, you disconnect. They're not punishing you. They're waiting for you to realign." Erin started listening. She fasted gently. She walked barefoot on soil. She turned off screens. Her dreams came back. So did the chimes. If you want access to higher guidance, you must honor the vessel that receives it. Otherwise, no matter how hard you meditate, you'll feel like the line's always busy. The ones you're meant to meet will only show up in silence. When they said this, I froze. Humans are terrified of being alone. We fill the space with calls, noise, scrolling, anything but stillness. but in solitude. That's where the sacred assignments come. If you keep running from it, you'll miss the exact connections your soul chose to meet before this lifetime. A man named Omar from Tunisia shared this with me. He always kept himself busy. Parties, people, constant chatter. But inside, he felt hollow. "I just want to meet the one," he told me. Not just a partner, but his soul mirror. The Pleiadians showed me a moment that should have happened. In a coffee shop, 3 months earlier, Omar was meant to cross paths with a woman named Layla. She was the other half of a mission, but he never went. He chose distraction. That moment passed. Silence aligns the coordinates, they said. When you are alone, your spirit can guide you to where contracts are waiting. I gave him this message. He took a week off. No devices, just walks, writing, meditating. And guess who walked up to him on day 3 at a quiet bookstore? Layla. Don't avoid solitude. That's where your soul leaves instructions. Comparison is the thief of soul architecture. That was the phrase they etched into my mind. A girl named Kiara, only 19, wrote to me sobbing. She had big visions. She wanted to start a healing center in her city. She even dreamed the blueprint of the building. But as soon as she posted about it online, she started comparing. Other creators had more likes, more money, more followers. "I just feel like I'm not enough," she said. She stopped building her vision, just like that. The Pleiadians whispered she was about to manifest something divine, but comparison collapsed the grid. You see, your manifestation builds in layers, in the quantum, then in the field, then here. Each time you look at someone else and feel behind, unworthy or inferior, your energy sags, the architecture shakes. You don't just delay the dream, you dismantle it. They showed me her grid, blue, vibrant, alive, but half faded where doubt had leaked in. The Pleiadians say, you cannot hold divine light while you reject your own role. Your story is unique. Your frequency is your signature. If you try to copy another's journey, you lose access to the coordinates meant just for you. Kiara went offline. She rebuilt in silence. 3 weeks later, her first community circle sold out. The vision returned stronger than ever. So please, stop comparing. Or you'll watch your dreams slip between timelines that were once yours. Your words are spells. Most of you are cursing yourselves without even knowing. This one struck deep. The Pleiadians didn't sugarcoat it. The human throat chakra is a powerful portal. Every word opens or closes a realm. A man named Travis, a mechanic from Oregon, came to me for healing. He said, "I used to feel magnetic. People listened to me. But now, I just feel invisible." When I tuned into his field, his aura was dim, muted around the throat and heart. The Pleiadians revealed the cause. He kept saying things like, "I'm broke. Nobody cares. I always mess up." Day after day, casual self-attack, sarcastic digs, negative affirmations. The body hears everything, they told me. The aura responds to every sentence. Each time Travis spoke without intention, his auric field took the hit. His light dimmed, not because someone else cursed him, but because he cursed himself with unguarded language. When he shifted, even slightly, things changed. He started saying, "I'm in progress. I'm learning. I'm valuable." His glow returned. So did his confidence. Even strangers treated him differently. Your words mold your light. If you speak carelessly, your aura will fade. And when that happens, blessings won't recognize you. Even miracles pass you by because your signal is too dim. Start now. Speak like your future is listening, because it is. Self-deception is the first portal to spiritual collapse. That's what they told me, and I felt it in my chest. People think lying to others is dangerous, but what truly fractures your timeline is lying to yourself. A woman named Celeste wrote to me, proud of her spiritual path, but I saw through her words. "I'm doing fine," she said. "I've moved on." But her energy told another story. Her aura was split, flickering. Her heart field was shut tight. The Pleiadians showed me a vision of her soul, trapped in a hallway with mirrors, all reflecting versions of herself that weren't real. "She's lying to herself," they said. "So she's living in a fractured projection." Here's what happens. Every time you deny your pain, suppress your truth, pretend you're okay when you're not, you step further from your original path. The universe doesn't know who to help because you keep sending out false coordinates. You say you're healed, but you're avoiding. You say you're aligned, but you're pretending. You say it's love, but you know it's a trauma bond. Those lies build timelines that don't belong to you, and eventually, your spiritual reflection will shatter. Celeste finally broke down. She cried and admitted, "I hate this version of myself, but I don't know how to return." I told her, "Start with one honest sentence a day, even if it's messy." And with time, her soul began to consolidate again. Don't fracture your reality. Speak the raw truth, at least to yourself. That's the portal to restoration. The more you seek approval, the further you drift from your divine self. It shocked me when they said it that way. But I saw how true it was. A young artist named Dev from Mumbai shared his journey. "I just want people to see me, appreciate me." That's not wrong, is it? His spirit was bright, creative, but the energy around him felt tethered. Like every move he made was attached to a string, waiting to be pulled by outside applause. The Pleiadian said, "He is chasing light through mirrors." But mirrors don't radiate, they reflect. Here's the truth. Every time you adjust your path to get likes, praise, or attention, your soul pauses. It won't ascend while you're focused on performance. Ascension requires authenticity, not applause. Validation is a sweet poison. It tastes good, but leaves you hollow. Dev kept changing his style, posting for clicks, bending his message. And soon, he didn't recognize his own voice anymore. The vision stopped. His dreams became silent. Why? Because his soul didn't trust him to hold the truth. When you chase validation, you abandon your divine contract. You forget why you came here. You become addicted to approval, and that addiction rewires your energetic field to seek short-term noise over long-term truth. The Pleiadians say, "You cannot rise and beg at the same time." Dev unplugged. He painted for himself. His aura turned golden again. So I ask you, will you keep looking for signs of approval, or will you be the signal itself? Not every light is from the light. That's what they whispered to me one night, when I woke up drenched in sweat after a dream that didn't feel quite right. The being in that dream looked radiant, spoke in love, but its frequency was slightly off. You see, spiritual hygiene is not optional anymore. If you continue opening portals, lighting candles, meditating, channeling, without protecting your field, you will attract beings pretending to be guides. One woman, Sarah from Sweden, told me she was channeling an angel. It told her to isolate, to fast aggressively, to cut off her loved ones. She obeyed. Her health declined. She started hearing buzzing, seeing shadows. When I tuned into her field, I saw it. An entity disguised in love language, hooked into her third eye. The Pleiadians confirmed it. When humans fail to cleanse and shield, they become accessible. Light imitators will answer first. Smudging, salt baths, grounding, auric protection, these aren't rituals for aesthetics. They're survival tools. If you keep ignoring them, you're like a house with open doors in a storm. Sarah took it seriously. She cleansed for 21 days. She closed portals she never meant to open. And finally, silence. Then, the true guides came. Clean your energy daily, before and after spiritual work, or you will mistake imposters for guardians, and they will lead you far from the path. Forgiveness isn't a favor, it's your access key. They said it like thunder in my dream. I met a woman named Jalyn who was ready. Her third eye was wide open. She could see light codes. She was having visions of the new earth. But she couldn't forgive her father. He destroyed my childhood, she told me. I can't let that go. The Pleiadians showed me her energy map. Everything was aligned except one dark knot in her heart. It was small, but it pulsed like a bomb. That, they said, is why she can't enter the gateway. It's not punishment, it's physics. Resentment is a density. 5D is a vibration of unity, not judgment. When you carry the weight of bitterness, you're too heavy to pass through the field. It's like trying to fly with chains. Resentment creates looping patterns. You manifest the same pain in new forms. You get close to the breakthrough, then sabotage it. The universe isn't testing you, it's mirroring your block. Jalyn cried for days. Then she wrote a letter, not to excuse her father, but to set herself free. That act alone shifted everything. Her next meditation, she saw the gates of 5D open in full clarity. No more static, no more resistance. So here's the truth. You won't be punished for holding resentment, you'll just be kept out. Because 5D can't house frequencies that still want to hurt. Forgive, not for them, for your ascension. Every time you say yes when your soul says no, you break yourself into pieces. That's what the Pleiadians told me, and I've never forgotten it. So many of you listening are givers, empaths, light carriers. You want to help everyone. You feel their pain like it's yours. But if you keep giving without sacred boundaries, you will shatter your own energy field until there's nothing left for you. I once connected with a school teacher named Amara from the Philippines. She had one of the most beautiful hearts I'd ever felt, pure golden energy. But she was tired, always tired. Headaches, chest pressure, no motivation, and worst of all, she stopped receiving messages from her guides. The Pleiadians showed me what was happening. Her field is being pulled in 10 directions, they said. She is pouring from an empty cup. She doesn't know how to say no. She was saying yes to everyone, students, family, co-workers, even spiritual clients. But her soul kept whispering, rest, stop, reclaim yourself. Here's what you need to know. Your energy body has limits. It's expansive, but not infinite. Every time you overgive, every time you people please to avoid guilt or conflict, you leak light. Tiny cracks form in your aura, and if you keep doing it, your spirit fragments. You won't feel whole. You won't hear your higher self. You'll start to disappear into the needs of others. Amara started setting boundaries. It was hard at first. Some people pushed back, some even left. But soon, she returned. Her dreams came back, her laughter, her vision. The Pleiadians say, giving is divine, but only when it honors your soul first. So say yes when your spirit expands, and no when your spirit contracts. Anything else will break you. Ego doesn't block blessings, it repels them like a shield. That line hit me like a thunderbolt. Let me tell you about Cairo, a musician from Atlanta, talented beyond words. His music had healing frequencies woven into every chord. He started gaining attention fast. Millions of streams, invitations to spiritual events. It all came like a wave. But then, nothing. The flow stopped. His inspiration dried up. The offers vanished. When I asked what happened, he said, I started thinking I was the source. Not the source. The Pleiadians confirmed it. When ego enters the field, synchronicity exits. The universe aligns with humility, not superiority. You see, ego creates separation. It whispers, you're better. You don't need anyone. You figured it all out. But once you believe that, your vibrational access collapses. The divine orchestration that once placed people, signs, and doors in your path stops working. Why? Because synchronicity is a product of unity. It flows when you're in harmony with all. Ego disconnects you from that web. It turns you into a separate node, untouchable. Cairo humbled himself. He went silent for 2 months. He fasted. He played music for trees and animals instead of audiences. Slowly, the magic returned. The Pleiadians urge, stay grateful, stay small in spirit. Then the universe will rise to carry you. If you choose ego, you'll repel the exact miracles you were praying for. There is a storm coming, and only the anchored ones will remain upright. That was the final warning they gave me. The shift is real. You felt it. The time collapses. The sudden awakenings. The magnetic pull to leave what no longer fits. But if you don't take these warnings seriously, if you dismiss them as spiritual fluff, you'll find yourself completely unprepared for what's coming. I met a man named Dorian, a father of 3 living in Canada. He used to follow Pleiadian transmissions, took them to heart, but then life got loud. Work stress, economic worries, family drama. He stopped grounding. He stopped listening. I'll get back to it later, he kept saying. But time didn't wait. When the shift intensified, he felt like he was drowning. Anxiety, disconnection, sudden betrayals. He reached out to me, desperate. I don't understand what's happening, he cried. The Pleiadians showed me the truth. He received the instruction, but he didn't act. And now the grid has moved beyond his reach. Here's what you must understand. These warnings are not metaphors. They are coordinates. If you don't listen in time, you will get swept into lower timelines where guidance becomes static and clarity is hard to find. The window is still open, but not for long. Heed the call. Clean your energy. Forgive. Set boundaries. Release ego. Stop lying to yourself. Or you will feel lost while others rise, because the shift will not slow down to wait for you. And that's the final message. The universe cannot upgrade a version of you that no longer exists. That was the line that echoed through my entire being. It came during a celestial alignment meditation on the 3rd moon gate. I saw thousands of humans trying to ascend, trying to jump timelines. But they were dragging behind them versions of themselves that were no longer alive. Old masks, outdated beliefs, expired pain. Identities they clung to like armor, even though the war was already over. A man named Luca from Rome reached out to me, a former athlete, once deeply in tune with his body and energy. But after an accident took his career, he refused to accept the new version of himself. I don't know who I am anymore, he told me. I keep reliving the past. The Pleiadians showed me his timeline. His quantum body was waiting, shining and spinning in the field, ready to integrate a higher version of himself. But his consciousness kept pulling him back to who he used to be. This, they told me, is the problem across humanity. They ask for new light but won't release the shell. Here's how this works. Every time you hold on to your past identity, I'm the black sheep, I'm always anxious, I'm a failure, I was betrayed, you hard code that role into your quantum field. And once it's locked in, upgrades cannot enter, because there's no room. You're asking the universe to deliver your future to a version of you that's already been dismantled in higher realms. Even worse, that old identity begins to repel new experiences. You won't resonate with abundance. You'll miss divine partnerships. You'll sabotage opportunities that were always meant for you because you're showing up as someone who no longer aligns with that frequency. Luca broke down. If I let go of who I was, who am I now? And that's when I gave him the Pleiadian answer. You are whoever you decide to be in this moment, because that's the only place God lives. He began shedding the labels, stopped telling the old stories. He spoke new words, moved with new awareness. His energy realigned, and in less than 2 weeks, he began receiving visions again. His purpose shifted from performance to presence. I'm telling you this as clearly as I can. Your future will not recognize you if you keep wearing your past. Let go of the names you've been called, the roles you had to play, the wounds you built your worth around. You are not your trauma. You are not the mistake. You are not the title. You are evolving consciousness, and you must make space to receive the upgrade. Otherwise, it will pass you by.